So let's try and create some kind of an visual information radiator. If you want to create your own Kanban board, there are some things that you need to start thinking about. Of course, the simple thing is to actually just go ahead and try and create the one with to do, doing, and done. That's as simple as that. But a little bit more informative one could be what I'm trying to suggest here. So you can try and think about having several dimensions or several attributes to what you're trying to communicate, right? First thing is priority. How important or how urgent a particular piece of work is or a task is. You need to have that. I also need to have an aspect of the status of that. Status as in what is the current status, whether it is being done or is it still being a work in progress, or is it still not started yet? So this as simple as that. That's the status. Is it complete? Is it in draft state? Is it actually being? Or it could be as complicated as what we discussed yesterday in terms of the development lifecycle. It could be in the requirement stage, requirement drafting, requirement sign off, high level design, low level design, and then you've got development, unit testing. So you can actually have 10 of those: unit testing, integration testing, acceptance testing, user acceptance testing, and then deployment on the development environment, deployment on the test environment, deployment on the live production environment. That completes it. So you've got like no less than 10, 12 different statuses. If you want, you can have it. I mean, there's no such thing as a right or a wrong approach. And then what to do? What is it that is being done? What is the task about? What is the work involved? Is it about fixing something, a defect, an issue, sorting out an issue, or is it trying to make an improvement, make a change to what is already there? Or is it a completely new feature, a new functionality it was not there before? So you're building something new. Or is it something that needs to be done by the technical team, implementation, which is actually kind of internal to the team, which has nothing to do with the customer or the user? So it can be anything. It can be, as we discussed, it can be the technical task, user story. It can be a change request, a defect, a customer reported bug, or it could be an area of improvement from the internal audit. All of these are basically the tasks, the work items. Anything can be actually tracked and traced to closure. And then you also need to understand who is working on the particular task. So who is assigned to that, who is working on it, so you can actually understand whether they have the right skill set. It's not about finding fault with, hey, you've taken 10 times more than what everybody else does, or you're spending too much time. It's not about finding fault. Rather, it is about understanding whether they have got the right skill set and the resources to complete that task. So basically, when you try and assign a task, you'll see whether they've got the experience, the expertise, whether they've got the right tools and technologies, whether they've got the account, the access, everything, right? And then you try and give this. So it's easy for them to finish quicker than somebody who doesn't have all of those. So that's the reason why you're trying to understand who is working on it. It's not about finding fault. It's not about why did you not finish this in 2 days? It should have been done in 1 day. You spent another extra day, still you haven't done. It's not about that. Agile is not about finding faults. Agile is about working as a team, ensuring and enabling that that the task is closed, no matter who is doing it. So if you know that somebody is working on that, if you know pretty well that the person is not experienced enough, may not have the access to something, or don't have the right tools to create a wireframe, for example, OmniGraffle, they don't have it. So you're trying to enable them. Then you know, okay, fine, this Dave is working on that. He doesn't have the this, so I can actually step in. I can help Dave because I've got some spare capacity on my side. So it's all about that, adjustments, and then trying to help each other to make sure the work is done, the work is actually flowing, right? And then the other important thing you need to understand is, what is the origin of this? Is it a technical task? If it's a technical task, who has asked, or why are we doing this in the first place? So there is a rationale for why you're doing something, without spending 5 days on something where you actually have got already. So you've already got the login component. Why are you working on this? It's already there. We've got that in the library. We've got the library component being maintained within the company, where across teams, we've got the components and controls already there. We've got login control, we've got notification control, we've got a component to do the authorization with respect to the access control list. We've got all of these developed. So why are you actually trying to do something which is already there? Why are you working and wasting about 5 days on this? Just use the component there, just change the name and color and properties, and you've got it in like 2 hours. So you're trying to understand how best you can facilitate the work to be done, instead of the wasting. So these are all the waste that you're trying to understand in the process and eliminate.